Hello and welcome to my solution to challenge 1 of Chapter 4, Conditional Rendering. Let's have a quick look again at the desired result. You have the drop-downs, Input, checkboxes, Refresh. As you select cart type and vehicle, the contract terms pops up. As you change the rental days over 7, you see discount pop up, and as you make changes, costs and terms are reactively updated. Okay, let's jump into my solution. Now, your solution could be totally different and still meet all the requirements. In coding, there are many ways to solve a problem. Okay, now, I am not going to go over line by line, but I will try to mention any significant points. Start by declaring state and setting up the car's nested object. Yours will likely have different content. Okay, next the reactives. As you noticed when the component ran, if you changed any data, it changed the costs displayed. So, we have 2 deriveds here, one for rental cost and one for final cost, which has a little more calculation involved. Next, one more reactive for the discount message, which depends on the rental for days. And that's all there is to the script. In the markup, we have the drop-down for the car type, which used object.keys to get the top-level keys and sets the value of that option element to the current key, e.g. economy, and capitalizes. So, the select list will be economy, sedan, SUV. Now, this challenge was called conditional rendering as there were several conditions mentioned in the requirements. So here is the first: only if the car type is selected, then the select vehicle drop-down is displayed. As you can see, the select vehicle uses the object entries to get an array of key value pairs from the option object selected. So, you extract the cards available for the selected car type for the drop-down. Next, we have input for the rental days, with minute and max set. Then the checkboxes for the options using two-way binding. The refresh button initializes. Okay, now another conditional render. Here only if the car type is selected and the vehicle is selected and rental days is 0, then the summary lines and contract terms are displayed. Actually, didn't need that, and days is 0 since minimum for days is set as 1. And within that you have another conditional render to only display the discount message if it exists. Now in the contract terms, we have several conditional renderings as shown. Anyone counting? I think that was 7 conditional renders. And that, my friends, is my solution challenge 1 of Chapter 4. If yours meets all the requirements, then that's a satisfied client, our boss, right? If you care to share your solution, please drop a comment or send an email. I hope you enjoyed that challenge and are ready for more. Here's a quick recap of what was covered in this challenge. 1. State management, managing multiple states, $state, for user inputs, selections, and checkboxes. 2. Conditional rendering, dynamically showing or hiding UI elements, #if, blocks, based on input validity. 3. Derived state, using $derived to calculate values like rental cost, final cost, and discount message. 4. Nested object handling, accessing data from a structured car's object with nested properties. 5. Dynamic data binding, updating state reactively through bind value and bind checked. 6. Real-time interactivity, creating a responsive interface with recalculations based on user actions. Okay, that's a wrap on the solution to Challenge 1, Chapter 4. Next challenge coming up in the next video. See you there.